Ambrose is out. Russell Ingall has an insert to throw into the seat and he'll jump in. Daryl Beattie.
Just watching him. Marcus a little slow getting out of the car. They're trying to disconnect his radio. Pad change again like HRT. Wets off. Everything looks pretty calm here at this stage.
Looking forward to this battle between Russell Ingall and Mark Skaife.
Nice stop.
Good stop.
He's got the belt twisted on the left.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Could you start for the HRT guys?
It's done up, but he hasn't actually got it tensioned down, so he'll have to turn it a little bit on his shoulder and then give it another yank. Rusty?
Well, Neil, it's been a really long stop for the number 17 Dick Johnson Racing entry. The reason being they've had to do the driver change through the passenger door. Steve Johnson had to climb out the passenger door because of that.
Sorry, Rusty.
Ingall has gone off.
First
turn
corner.
one.
First corner, first lap.
I could see the I could see the horizon rotating around through the windows. I knew there was something going on. He was trying to wrestle with his belt. He's rotated the thing on cold slicks on a track with wet verges, and he's buried it in the kitty litter at turn one.
And I think if his eyes could talk, they'd be saying, I can't believe that's just happened. He was staring out the front there as though he'd been caught red-handed, and in effect he has, because that'll give Skaife and Todd Kelly
Safety car.
clear ride. Safety car on the circuit. Oh, can you believe it, for Russell Ingall. And now car number 44 goes through as well, Simon Wills.
Is there something on the road there?
He's on the radio complaining about having no brake pedal in car number 44.
Well,
There's the story of the 500. Marcus Ambrose completes 68 laps, hands it over to Russell Ingall, gets to turn one, and finds himself in the ditch.
I wonder if he was a little bit distracted by that seatbelt there. He was still playing with it coming into the braking area. Maybe just went in a little bit deep and cold slick sort of whoop whoop onto that damp spot there. You can see the dry line ends. If you get out there, you got no hope.
Look at the number of cars that are sliding even on the dry line there.
Well, because most of them have shot in now, and
cold tyres.
Second place, mate.
And that
Murphy in front, and yourself.
information and data flying everywhere here. I can tell you that the reason Wills went off down there was that he hadn't brought his brakes up to speed by the time. Yeah, look at that.
He locked up the rear brakes.
Yeah, I wonder whether or not now this is where it all happens too quickly sometimes, doesn't it? Did they do a pad stop as well? Did I hear Rusty say they did pads?
Yeah,
he hasn't brought what he's done is what we were talking about with Skaife. He hasn't pumped them up enough, and it's just locked the rears.
Too, Neil, the fronts are still going, so definitely locked the rears. So whether the seatbelt distracted him to not pump the pedal or one or the other.
Yeah, so that wasn't a wet verge issue. That was a hadn't brought the pistons back out of the front calipers, and it's all rear brake.
Well, you guys were talking about the belt at the very start of that replay just there, before he gets his left hand, I mean, it's all gone by now, before he gets his left hand back onto the wheel.
Making sure they've got radio comms with him.
You must be able to hear me. Just check your fuel pump switches.
Jason Bright off the road.
Big moment for Jason Bright in the Fujitsu entry.
And damage.
And deep into the sand. Hasn't been behind the wheel long. Adam Macro did the first stint. So the man who won it here in 2006 with Mark Winterbottom.
Sorry, guys.
Is now all busted up. The Singer replay will unfold what happened at turn one. He just turned it around.
Looks like it. Went in there with a big rush though, and there's no sign of any brake lock. Like he didn't end up rolling the thing then. It's plucked the air dam off the front of it. It looked worse from behind, and we've gone safety car.
Car at the moment. Pump the brake pedal, pump the brake pedal, pump the brake pedal.
Here we go. James Moffat down the inside of Alex Premise. So that setup is not working for the Frenchman at the moment. And he's also going to have Thomas Randall down the inside. Thomas is down here as well and gets it done. Big contact. Moffat spins to the grass. Contact between the teammates, and it's not done yet. Just time before it picks up other cars in the gap between 2 and 3. Can you believe it?
I thought for sure that car was going to emerge in front of other cars. That was super close. Oh, it's broken the steering. It just fires itself straight in the guardrail. turns hard right.
Will Brown is all over the back of Garth Tander. Will Brown is proving his stripes here at the moment. And car 888 walks away nicely. Whincup, check out McLaughlin. That's an awkward place to be down there, but he gets it tucked back in. And there's contact, big contact between Van Gisbergen. And unfortunately for De Pasquale, they lose a lot of ground in the process. And Anton's still scrambling back on. That leaves Whincup well clear.
Scott's done a nice job. McLaughlin did a beautiful job up into the slow turn 2 and turn 3. He's able to get down the inside. We're hearing there's a lot more cars on dry tyres than I first reported.
Here's the replay of the race start. Watch the way in which Jamie just gets it away very nicely. And it's cleared by a car length. Ambitious move by McLaughlin, but the problem is that diminishing returns as the track narrows down there, and then contact by Anton De Pasquale and Shane Van Gisbergen at turn 1, and it results in Anton rotating, and he's been penalised. So McLaughlin, look at this, all the way down the left-hand side of the road, and then wisely just rolls out of the throttle here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No way is that right. How did Anton get... How would Anton be up for a driving infringement there? Seriously, I must be watching a different race.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Here we go. So here's a bit more of it. So he's got him right in the centre of the car. So lots of different angles here. So there may be more to the story, Andrew.
Barry Ryan, you've just seen the same replays as us. Both Mark and Neil are asking the question, what's the go with that drive-through penalty for Anton?
I don't know. I thought Anton turned in front of him, but then I heard Shane on the radio saying he made a mistake. So I think they've got that wrong. Clearly, by what Shane said, he made a mistake. So I don't know why Anton got the penalty. So we probably should listen to the driver before we do a drive-through penalty. Maybe a time penalty, then we can give it back. But anyway, we'll let the stewards can sort that.
The unfortunate part is once the penalty's been issued, you have to take it, correct?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's too harsh to drive through when you can't see exactly what happened, and they didn't listen to Shane on the radio. So Shane said it and admitted he messed up. So it's not really Anton's fault.
Thanks, Barry.
No worries.
So I need to understand a bit more about that. So did Shane have a lock-up going? And
he was very deep.
Yeah, so we might have another look if there's time. Here we go. Here's the replay again. So our focus at that time was really Whincup because he pulled clear. And then I looked back towards McLaughlin because I thought that had worry written all over it. So then Shane's down the inside. Did he lock up? You reckon he did?
Well, I reckon he has. He's on the narrow line.
Craig Baird is driving standards advisor, so he must have determined that he feels as though there's not sufficient racing room provided here.
Yeah, the wheels are locked.
So anyway, the net gain is that's the umpire's call. Here we go. This will actually tell a bit more of the story. Hard to tell. The umpire's spoken. Anton De Pasquale has got that drive-through penalty. Damage on car number 97. So fastest lap of the race so far, and bonus points for Jamie Whincup, 1 minute 8.8. In fact, Jamie's done the fastest middle sector split, which is the run down the back straight. Has he got it done this time? He plummets down there.
Going to be contact.
And they touched. Oh, he's rotated him. These two have got together yet again, but this time he redresses beautifully, Mostert, but they're going to lose positions. They're going to lose positions to Heimgartner. What a crazy moment in the race. Waters gets away with it. Heimgartner pickpockets a manoeuvre. Mostert loses a spot, and Whincup's into the party. How was that?
That is unbelievable.
Regarding driver conduct, unfair driver conduct.
That was bad sportsmanship flag for Cam Waters, but that'll be related to something earlier. Here's the replay. So he bombs it down the inside and then tries to squeeze up on the curb. Didn't quite get it right. Tags Cam, they rotate. Chaz knows what's happened. He's cleared the throttle to try and avoid a penalty. Slows it right down, but have a look at the Marauders in the background that are about to get into the party here. So you've got Heimgartner, you've got Whincup, they're in here. So Andre splits them. And now Whincup's right in this as well. So just a couple of laps remaining as we look at the replay. And it's an 11-second margin now, Van Gisbergen to Waters. How is that for a moment?
Was he up far enough? I reckon he was almost up far enough to have been all right, wasn't he, Mostert? Here we go.
Find out.
Hard one to tell, isn't it?
A hard one.
Yeah. Now, Craig Baird's going to say no penalty, play on, because the guy who was trying to make the pass has ended up being penalised. So that contact, that's fair. That's the right way to do it.
Oh, a tyre out. And Holdsworth off with a big spin. Massive spin from one of the real contenders. Can he get back out of there with slick tyres? Yes, he does. So that's a sigh of relief there for Walkinshaw Andretti United. Now, did he do that by himself, or did he get assisted? So there's Ryan Walkinshaw and Chaz Mostert. Here's Tander in behind him. They come off, so Lee runs a little bit wide, but he's done it to himself. Oh, my goodness me. He's completely spilled it on the exit of one. How he got away with this, it's ripped a bit of the sill panel off. It straddled the curb. Tander was sitting there watching every millimetre of this, and Holdsworth has been able to get out the other side somewhat unscathed. Here's the view. He sat it up on the curb, it dropped into the hollow. How's the way it's whipped around the front wheels. Holy smoke.
I've never seen that. Normally, if you're going to spin like that, it just goes in the guardrail on the left-hand side. Have a look at how much, it was right up on two wheels when it hit that exit curve on the left-hand side. So a massive spin there for Lee Holdsworth.
And he launches out, and where does he drop in?
Yeah, it's just there.
So that's Mostert rocking on by. And he's got a slightly different sequence going, and this is going to be really tight between these guys. Really tight. Winterbottom's actually our race leader. Remember, he runs wide down there on a cold tyre. And did they make contact then? Did they actually get away with it? That was pretty wild. So that's pushing on with a cold tyre that doesn't want to accept that load or steering angle.
Nice and smooth to the end here, ready to go. Nice and smooth, okay?
That was a nail-biting moment, wasn't it?
That was. I actually thought they were going to run into each other as Brock went understeering off the road. When he was rejoining there, I thought for sure that was going to be contact. Here it is.
So he's hustling, can't get it turned, just doesn't want to know about it. And then when he came back on, there was contact.
Yep.
And pretty solidly so. So is there steering damage to 88 as a result? So look at the steering angle on Brock's car. Wide, wide, wide. Now he's also out in all that rubbery, dirty junk out there. And it's not a picnic run either for Will, as he's actually running wide down there because he was trying to get in as deep as he could. And then 2 into 1 doesn't quite go down here. And so left front contact solidly so for Feeney, and robust right-hand strength of the car, and the other car would be no big deal, but that would have lifted Jamie's heart rate momentarily. Yep, he fully understands it. It's like, boys.